Hello all, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to my Twilight Adventure series. This is episode 13, Lucky 13. And this is a really cool episode. I've been looking forward to making this one. We got a ton of really nice toys in the last video, and today we're going to highlight the light hand cannon and the Dino Duo Dinos, Dual Dinos. The light and dark dinos. They're really cool. So let's get right into it. First, we're going to show how the ant cannon has already really helped the account, which is why I was ready to put this account to bed until I got the light ant cannon, because the AoE attack buff is huge for a light and dark only account. So we're here on the account, and we just finished a 20 run of boxing. And I was able to do a 20 run for the first time after I got the light ant cannon, because I got my time below a minute 30 on average. And you can see here, as we scroll through the times, there are a couple that are around a minute 30, but you know, there's a bunch of 59s, 58s, right around a minute, 55. And so my average run is right around a minute now. And before I had the ant cannon, my best average run was about a minute 40. So the ant cannon shaved off 40 seconds of my average boxing run, which is game changing for this account. Now I can get a lot more gear a lot faster, and I've mostly just been running boxing. So I'll just quickly show you this team. So the speed order is the ant cannon goes first to do the attack buff, and then the dark sharpshooter goes next because she gives everybody a crit buff, which is another buff to prevent the boss from retaliating. And also that means that all the damage dealers on this team can now be 70% crit rate, which is amazing, because then you can pile on attack and crit damage. Up next is the dark steel wings. He does AoE defense break so that both of the light Popo riders can snipe units. The Dark Steel Wings is an AoE attacker, but he doesn't do enough damage by himself to clear the waves. Hopefully someday he will, but right now he doesn't have the damage for that. So here's the light ant cannon. So I'm going to go through these rather quickly. You can always pause the video to look at the gear on certain monsters if you want to. But the ant cannon is on luck rate, HP, defense. Okay, so one of the nice things about the ant cannon is he doesn't need accuracy for his skill 3, so that it can't be resisted and it ignores immunity. So it depletes the action bar of all allies and enemies. It basically resets everybody's attack bars. As long as your team is faster, you get to go first again. So it's really nice, and it's a one-turn stun, big deal. That really doesn't matter that much. So the crit up on the ant cannon and the crit up on the dark sharpshooter are actually redundant. I still like having the dark sharpshooter in for her mark. So that's why we're still using her, even though that's kind of redundant. It isn't necessary to have both units doing crit rate. But the nice thing is if they get out of sync for whatever reason, you always have 2 units that can put up crit rate. So you really can have 70% crit rate on all your damage dealers. And then, so it's on double inspire and a shield set to help just in case the boss does get to move. And the dark sharpshooter goes next. She's also on luck rate, crit damage, accuracy. And obviously you can see that some of these things are still missing amps. So we have room for improvement on this team. I really do think once I get some more amps and a little bit better gear on everybody, this will be a sub 1 minute team all the time, and we can also advance it into the heroic stages. I think we're very close to doing that, but I just like having a really nice 1 minute boxing team right now, and we're at about 190 left. We'll check on that. So the Steel Wings is also on luck, crit rate, accuracy. So he's not really meant to do damage. He is meant to have double inspire and a steady set so the boss won't retaliate against him. He's putting up the defense breaks and the dots to set up the Popo riders. So that's his purpose. So this one has been spec'd out. So here's the spec that I think is best for the light Popo rider. And I still have 5 more points coming because I haven't done level 6 yet. So we would add in some others. But you can see those are the specs for the light Popo rider. And she's also built on luck rate, crit damage, HP. Have her survive. And again, we need some converters and some amps on these as well. So we hope to have a video soon on how we're doing much better in the radiators and the mental fortress, because I think we'll be able to with the light amp cannon. So nothing crazy on this. Now this one is actually on Echo to give it an extra attack every once in a while, and that sometimes just helps kill the mid boss, or it actually helps kill the main boss. So but it could easily be on double inspire protect as well. So block rate, crit damage, HP. Again, we could definitely have better gear here, but this shows you that in LD only account, once you get that light ant cannon and you have these other 3 stars, you can really rock boxing. So that's really cool. I'm at 195% luck. You can see I have 156 dice. I'm waiting until I get up to like 200, 210. I want to see what the number becomes. I'd like to be over 2,000% if I could before I actually use dice. So you can see just AoE defense breaks, and then the Popos clean up, 2 more gone. And then the Dark Sharpshooter comes in and finishes things off. So then we have a gang fight. 1 hit. Here comes the first Popo. Here comes the second, and the mid boss is gone. So the mid boss is really quick with this team. What's slow are the 2 waves. This team does fail every once in a while, but it's pretty rare. It's pretty common for all 20 runs to be successful. Then, 2 or 3 times a day, we'll get 1 or 2 fails. So here we go in. Here comes, it just seems that with the way the team is speed tuned, and I showed you the team in the speed order, then it works out well with the boss. Sometimes the boss does get a turn, but then he has so little HP, and I think once I add some more amps in, then the boss isn't even going to get a turn, and then the runs will be even faster, because that will shave off another few seconds to go from 1:45 on average to 1 minute. We're really excited about that. So we're gonna let this run, and we're gonna talk about the dinos, because they're also very exciting. See, in episode 12, I pulled both the light and dark dino, and we've been playing around with them. I still don't think I've really fully reached their potential yet, but they're both solid units. And so I want to show some things that happened in our recent territory wars. So with this team, I used the Dark Sharpshooter as the speed lead, and that made the Dark Dino faster so that he can go ahead and strip, which then would allow the light pumpkin to do its debuffs. So made for pretty easy work of this team. Again, not a great defense, but it shows that those 3 units actually work together fairly well. So you got the strip on the Dark Dino, you got the team ups with both the Dark Sharpshooter and the light pumpkin, so you can do a lot of damage to any unit you choose to go against. And then you've got defense breaks from the Dark Sharpshooter and the light pumpkin. So it's actually a pretty good team. I think I'll be using that more often. And then here's another team that I ended up using that I really liked. And so the light dino, even though its skills are not as good as the dark, it's a speed lead. It's a 25% guild speed lead, so it's great. And then its mariachi band nullifies the first attack from the enemy team, which is amazing. And it's whatever the first attack is. So if you know you're going against a team that could, maybe one-shot you with their first unit. You bring the light dino, they try to do their one-shot, and it nullifies the attack. It's amazing. So that's a really nice skill. And the light and dark dinos, I don't really see them being that useful on territory war defense, but I think both of them are going to be awesome on offense. So you can specifically counter things. But I really like this team because you've got the light dino to nullify the first enemy attack, and then you've got both the dark clock and the dark dome to control the enemy team. So you don't really have too much to worry about from the enemy team because you could just keep stunning things and pick everything apart, and the dark dome brings a defense break, and so everybody can do more damage. And there we go. So I think that's going to be a really good team. And obviously these are light and dark only teams, but you can clearly, pick other units for regular accounts to make this work. But I think that's a pretty strong team regardless of if you're light dark only or not. And this is where it actually shows some of the ability of the dark dino to control units with annoying passives. So there we removed all the buffs. We got an Oblivion on the water bomb man, so he doesn't come back once he's killed. And then you can do damage to the fire bear with him being stunned. So the Oblivion is really nice against the fire bear. It's really nice against the water bomb man, although you don't normally see the water bomb man. But again, Dark Dome is really useful for controlling the enemy team. The Dark Dino strips, and the light Steel Wings was there just for immunity on my side and healing. It was just a support. Okay, this is another team I came up with: the Dark Dome, the Dark Chef, and the Dark Dino. So the Dark Dome is there to give you extra accuracy, which is really important. The Dark Chef is there to get rid of the bombs from the water bomb man. And then you can see we didn't get the Oblivion on the water bomb man, but I used skill 3 on the Dark Dino to kill him, and he can't be revived because of the Dark Dino's skill. So that's outstanding. Not that you see a lot of water bomb mans on defenses, but the point is that the Dark Dino can be really useful against units with certain passives that you don't want to be activating. And here is just the rest of the Dark Dino is also good against. The Dark Dino can also be good against the Light Archon to stop his passive from working. And here I could have actually used the skill 3 on one of the dead units to fully heal the Dark Dino, but I decided just to kill off the Light Archon. Okay, so one of my first questions as soon as the unit was released and I got it was, would the Mariachi Band nullify an AoE multi-hit attack? And it does. So here comes the Fire Captain, and he does multiple hits against the entire team, and all of that is nullified. So if you know you're going up against a Fire Bookworm or a Tree Bookworm on defense, and they're probably going to get the first turn, as long as it's the Bookworm that's doing the first attack, the Light Dino can nullify all that. So it can make for some really interesting offenses. So, and now the Dark Dino is here to strip. So the Dark Dino's accuracy is not as high as I would like. So we need to improve that on his build. We'll show you his build in just a minute. Here we can do some dots, and now the Light Dino I have has pretty good accuracy. Nobody's Oblivioned, so we're not going to use the skill 3 yet. You can see that he's doing decent damage with his skill 1. It's not great. 3,000 is not amazing. but we're going to put on a defense break here. And we should be able to kill off the fire captain here very shortly. There he is. And now the Dark Joker is dead because of the dots from the Light Dino. And then we can just show you for grins that we're going to fully heal by targeting one of the dead ones. And now we're at full health. So that was just some examples of the Light and Dark Dino. And I'm definitely going to be continuing to try it out. And I want to find like a really good Light Nurse team, see how he does against that. I have not fought one yet this week. But let's take a look at how those units are built. And also the artwork on these is just awesome. I love the theme for these. So here's the Light Dino, and he's on speed, HP, and I know this is a flat attack, but it's got 25 speed on it, and I can grind in. I can convert in HP percent, and this will actually be a pretty decent rune with 25 speed on it. So he's on Bash Focus at 87% accuracy, which is not amazing. So I would want to see that be higher. I only have a 4-star gear on slot 6, so mostly because I wanted him to be pretty fast so that he could go. So the Light Dino, not that he's fast, but the Light Dino, you want him to be fast so that he can go first and put up his mariachi band to nullify the first attack from the defense. So he needs to be fast. I could actually make him faster on Swift if I really wanted to do that. But for the guild I'm in right now, it's a farming guild, and we face lower level guilds most of the time in territory wars. Bash will work just fine. And I do like having the extra chance to stun. It comes in really handy. It's saved a couple of battles before. So that's how the Light Dino is built. Again, Swift Focus or even Swift Immunity could be a good call there. And both of these units have pretty high requirements because you want the Light Dino to be really fast. You want him to be tanky. And you want him to have high accuracy, and it wouldn't hurt to have high resistance. And the Dark Dino is a little bit different. Also on Bash, but more of a damage dealer build, so 93% crit rate, 189 crit damage, 91 accuracy. He's on speed, crit damage, accuracy, which makes him do less damage, because I couldn't get the stats I really wanted by having him on speed, crit damage, attack. He needs the accuracy to do his strip and to land his oblivions. He actually needs more accuracy than what he has right now. And once I specialize him, he'll get a little bit more accuracy from that, but you really want to have, close to 100% crit rate. Now, if you pair him with the Dark Sharpshooter, you only need 70 crit rate. And so that's one way to maybe get him better geared, is to pair him a lot with the Dark Sharpshooter. But the accuracy should probably be around 150 or 180 so that you have a much better shot of stripping and landing those oblivions. So he's pretty intensive gear requirements, but I am looking forward to building him better. Again, none of these gears are really that great. There's a lot of missing stats here. But I think both the Light and Dark Dinos definitely have a place in territory wars. And there's maybe other niche uses in other places. Oh, so my Light Dino is not even skilled yet, which would dramatically reduce the cooldown time on skill 3. So if the battle goes longer, you can put that mariachi band up more. But you can see with skill 2, the damage over turn is 100% activation rate. So very useful for tunnel if you're Light and Dark only. The 25% guild speed lead for the Light Dino is awesome. It really makes him a more useful unit. looking forward to trying other combinations with him, and I do hope to get him on my main at some point, and then be able to have all element units to use him with. So, okay, normally I would not summon just 7 Twilights, but I also briefly wanted to talk about this event that's going on right now. The Light Attribute 4-star event, which is awesome. And I hope to get another video out soon on choices, but most people are going for the Light Bookworm or the Light Robo, both amazing units. Of course, my first pull had to be the dupe Light Ant Cannon because, yeah, reasons. But hopefully we'll get a better pull coming up soon. And we can hopefully get a really good unit. I would love to get the Light Bookworm or the Light Bear. The Light Wisp would be another really good unit. But the reason I want to summon now is that if I happen to get lucky and get a lightning from the Twilights, then I can try to avoid picking that from the event. So let's go ahead and get into summons. We're going to see if we can get a dupe Dr. Evil so we can get 3 more Twilights, then we'll have 10. And we also have 1 event Illyrium to use too. So let's get going on this. First, we're going to start off with just regular Illyrium. And this is where we're hoping that we're not... Oh my god. First lightning? Okay, that's fine. We want to get to close to 200 without popping a Nat 5 because we'd much rather have the chance for a dupe with the Tree Dr. Evil. Yeah, we're up to over 10%, so we don't really want to use a powerful right here. We're just going to switch into we have 111 exclusives, so we're hoping that we can, let's do 10 here. That should get us to Pity, that should get us to 200, and that's when we're going to start going up. Wisp Catcher, okay. All right, Tree Dr. Evil. No, Tree Archon, okay. Another Tree Archon. Back to back. And here comes the Tree Dr. Evil. Yes! All right, that's awesome. That's another 3. It's another 3 Twilights. That's cool. So it worked. So that's what you should do every time you summon. You should wait until you get close to Pity, and then use exclusive or powerful Illyriums to get what you want. So I'll be saving the rest of my powerfuls and exclusives for next time. Do we have enough for... I think we have enough for 4 Twilights this time. Yep, perfect. So we got 4 Twilights. We now have 11. Plus the event. Event Illyrium. So... Dark Sharpshooter, bad IVs. We're still hoping for better IVs on several of our damage dealers. So another Dark Dome, decent IVs, not great. Light Euryleon with bad IVs. Dark Spider is a useless monster. Devs, please change him. Dark Spider is useless. Light Steel Wings. Bad IVs on her. Okay, can we get one of the Light Darks from the event Illyrium? How about one of the Nat 5s? That would be awesome. I mean, Light and Dark Nat 5s. Well, it's a skill up for the light one. So, okay, well, summoning was kind of a dud. I haven't even played with the Light Witch yet. She isn't even built. I've got plenty of units to specialize on here, so I have tons to do. So we'll be back soon with more updates on how the account is going, and we're getting really close on Mental Fortress. So hopefully we'll have an update for that soon. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about the Light and Dark Dinos, feel free to join us on the Discord. There will be a link in the description below. Feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube chat. But thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. If you're not liked and subscribed, please do so. It would really help the channel out. Okay, until the next video, see ya.